Good evening and welcome back to Bald Feather Bets, guys. Parked car video again. Returning back to the wonderful city of Birmingham, Alabama from South Carolina after this week. We'll do a quick recap of last night, Thursday Night Football, lay out the play tonight for the AAC, the American Athletic Conference Championship game between Tulane and North Texas, and then add 3 more plays for this upcoming weekend to an NFL, one for tomorrow in college. First, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, notifications on, and let us know if you are picking anything else tonight. Interact with the content, like the videos, comment, share it around, anything you can do to help grow the channel. So last night, 5-0, 5 units won on the Lions at -3. They won by 14. Got off to a huge lead, 27-9, and then Cowboys got back in it. Really, Brandon Aubrey just nailing every single kick, then getting that touchdown to cut it to 3 with the 2-point conversion. But ultimately, the Cowboys defense just couldn't hold up, and that was really what we were going off of here. As we said in the video that we uploaded, the Cowboys' defensive improvements were not sustainable based on the moves that they had made. So they signed a defensive tackle, or they traded for a defensive tackle and for a middle linebacker. And yes, that shored up some things in terms of their run stopping up the middle. But the Lions are such a dynamic offense, and we got really lucky that Amon-Ra played, right? I think the line actually went 3.5 and 4 at some places right before kickoff once he was announced playing. When you have Jahmyr Gibbs, Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, all that, like, just getting a defensive tackle and a middle linebacker is not going to shore that up for you. So Lions were able to get up to 44 points. I think final score was 44-30, and that was the main difference in that one. Now, I did talk to you guys in the NFL Futures video about one of my favorite futures right now is potentially Lions to miss the playoffs. I'm going to double down on that one. So they lost Brian Branch for the season towards Achilles last night. So we're in another situation now with the Lions where they are significantly impacted in the secondary with injuries. We got Terrion Arnold on injured reserve, Brian Branch torn Achilles, Kirby's banged up, has been banged up. You do have DJ Reed back, but this secondary is banged up for the Lions. And you take a look at that schedule that they have to play upcoming. I think they play at the Rams next week. That's I don't know how on earth they have the ability to stop that Rams offense given their defensive struggles. I think there's, I mean, don't get me wrong, Lions win a lot of games. They may somehow fight through it and make it to the playoff, but you have value on the Lions to make the playoffs right now, because there's a very good chance it may come down to the last week, and their last game is at Chicago on the road. They have historically played horrendous at Chicago. The grass is very, very high there. It's difficult for faster teams to play on that surface, and Goff does bad outdoors, cold weather, and it's the last week of the season in Chicago. So also with what they did to the Bears week 2, Ben Johnson's going to want to make a statement. And we think the Bears are an okay team, so we think they're also going to struggle a little bit down the rest of the stretch, and it may come down to they're playing each other for a playoff spot in that one. That's tough. That's very tough. And I mean, that happened a couple years ago with the Lions at Green Bay on week 18, and they went up to Green Bay, freezing tundra, snow, and they won, and Goff played okay, but I just think there's value right now on Lions no to make the playoffs. All right, so tonight we're on Tulane plus the 3. We're doing that for 5 units. You can take it down to Tulane, and you can get 2s, 2.5s, and 3s out there. It's been bouncing back and forth essentially all day. So what happens is if it hits 3, then it gets hammered by sharps on Tulane. When it goes down to -2, it gets hammered on sharps on North Texas, and then people are kind of middling around at 2.5. You're good to take it down to anything Tulane plus 2. Obviously, they'll get the 3 if you have access to all the books. Tulane at home. This is, again, AAC has home playoff games, or excuse me, home conference championship games. That's a big impact here. Both these schools, head coach known to be going to another university, but finishing out with the current university. everything's been about North Texas and that offense and their quarterback and how the coach is a QB whisperer and all that stuff. Tulane is a better football team. Top to bottom, they're a better team. Yes, North Texas has the better quarterback, and they probably have the flashier offense. They have the better offensive mind, offensive coordinator, all those things. But we're talking about a toss-up game. We're talking about a 3-point game with the team that ultimately is probably better all the way through. So we like Tulane. We like them here, plus the 3. We like it for 5 units, and we will roll with that. So then the rest of the weekend, we're adding Duke plus 5 for 3 units. You are good to take that one down to Duke plus 4. Again, another one that's bouncing around 4, 4.5, and 5. There was one major book who has had that pinned at 3.5 now, which shows you how confident they are in Duke, because if you're at 3.5, money is pouring in on Virginia, because everybody thinks Virginia's just going to blow Duke out, right? Because they did the first time they played. So definitely don't go to that book if you're rolling with us here. At minimum, get a 4. And like I said, if you're in a situation where you can only play with one book and your book has 3.5, wait or don't take it. Do not go past 4 on that one. And then NFL. We're taking the Falcons plus 7.5 for 5 units. You're good to take that one down to Falcons plus 7. I have started to see some 6.5s out there. Do not go down past 7. Drake London out. So I imagine most of the 6.5s will disappear, and you guys will be fine to get 7.5. If you can't, just wait. I think you'll be fine. Most people are going to be all over Seattle in this one, especially with Jackson Smith and Jigba on the fade route coming out of the slot, because Falcons are weak at nickel, and trying to guard Jackson Smith and Jigba with a weak nickel when he's the best fade route out of the slot in the NFL is insane. But Sam Darnold has not been playing all that great. And then Vikings. Jaden Daniels is playing, so line moved in Vikings favor. In the Vikings favor. Vikings plus 1.5 for 3 units. Hoping that they have some resemblance of an offense, but we'll see. That's it. So enjoy your Friday night. Enjoy watching the American Championship game. And I hope you guys stay safe out there. We'll be back at you again tomorrow for Conference Championship Saturday. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.